So guys, okay. So good morning. So again, I'm your teacher. Okay. Today I'm Sir Dex. So continuation of our lesson last Friday, which is about HTML basic tags. Okay. So meta tags. Okay. So HTML. Okay. Let's just specify meta data or additional information about a documents in a variety of ways. Okay. So meta elements can be used to include name, values, pair describing the properties of the HTML documents as an author, expiry date, or a list of keywords or documents. Okay, so the meta tags is used to provide just additional information. Okay, so this tag is an empty element. Okay, and so does not have a closing tag. Okay, but it carries information within each attribute. Okay, so we can include one or more meta tags in our documents based on the information you want to keep in your documents. But in general, meta tags do not impact the physical appearance of the document. So from the appearance point of view, it does not matter if you include them or not. Okay? So it won't be displayed in our design. Okay? So adding meta tags. Okay? So you can add metadata to your web page by placing um, meta tags. Okay, this one. Okay, inside the header of the documents, which is represented by the head, the opening tag head, and the closing uh, head tags. A meta can be have the following attributes in addition to core attributes. So it has name, content, scheme, and HTTP equivalent. Okay, so the name is for the property. Okay, it can be anything. Example include your keywords, description, authors. Okay, so then the content specify the properties or the value, and the scheme is specified to interpret the property of the value. Okay, and the HTTP we've used to response message header. For example, it can be used to refresh the page or to set cookie. Okay, so that's its function. So specifying keywords, documents refreshing, and page redirection. So this is sample. Okay, so how to put meta tags in our HTML page. Okay, so we have the meta name, keywords, okay, the description, uh, document, refreshing page, and redirection. Okay, so for meta keywords, okay, so you can use the meta tag to specify important keywords related to the documents. And later, these keywords are used by the search engine while indexing your web page for searching purposes. So that's the function of specifying keywords, okay, in our meta tags. Okay, for example, where we are adding HTML meta tags, so metadata as important keywords about documents. Okay, next we have the description. Okay, so you can use meta tag to give a short description about the document. So this again can be used by various search engine while indexing your web page for searching purposes. Okay? So for example, description is this page contains new web technologies. Okay? Next we have the meta name. Okay? So revised content. Okay? Or revision date. So you can use meta tag to give information about when last time the document was updated. Okay? So this information can be used by also by the various web browser while refreshing your web page. Okay? Next we have the document refreshing. Okay? So So a meta tag can be used to specify duration. So after which your web page will keep refreshing automatically. So for example, if you want your page keep refreshing after every 5 seconds, then use this syntax. Okay, so it will refresh in every 5 seconds. Okay. So next we have setting cookies. So next, sorry, meron pa pala tayo. Okay. The page redirection. Okay, so you can use meta tag to redirect page to any other web page. Okay, so you can also specify the duration if you want to redirect the page after a certain number of seconds. Okay, so next we have the setting cookies. So setting cookies are data. Cookies are data stored in a small text file on your computer. Any exchange between web browser and the web server to keep track of various information based on the web application. Okay? You can use meta tag to store cookies on client side, and later this information can be used by the web server to track site visitor. Okay? So when you visit a website, so that uses cookie, so a cookie is a file saved to your PC and Mac or phone or tablet. So it stores the entire name and also unique ID that represent you as a user. Okay, so this means companies can tailor their website to you because they know some information about you already. So if you do not include the expiration date and the time, the cookie is considered a session cookie and it will be deleted when the user exits the browser. Okay, so that's the function of cookies and set. And this is example on how setting a cookie in our web page. Okay, so setting the author name. Okay, so you can set an author name in the web page using meta tags. Okay, like in our example. So meta name, okay, author, content, and the name of the author. So this is how you set a author name in our web page using meta tag. Okay. Next, we have the specify character set. Okay, as you can see, we have char set UFT 8. Okay, so you can use meta tag to specify character set used within the web page. By default, web server and web browser use the ISO 8859. Okay, encoding to process web page. Okay, so a Unicode-based encoding such as UTF-8 can support many languages and can accommodate page and form in any mixture of those languages. Okay, its use also eliminates the need for the server-side logic to individually determine the character encoding for each page server or each incoming for submission. Okay, so that's the use of uh, character set natin. This is for the language used in our web page. Okay. Next, we have the HTML comments. Okay, this one. Okay, so that's the HTML comment. So comments is a piece of code which ignored by any browser. So it's a good practice to add comments into your HTML code, especially in a complex documents. So to indicate section of documents and any other notes to anyone looking at the codes. Okay. So comment helps you and other understand your code and increase code readability. So HTML comments are placed between, okay, this one, opening tags and the closing tags. Okay, comments. So any content placed, okay, so inside of these tags, okay, will be treated as comment and will be completely ignored by the browser. Okay, excuse. So that's the function of comments. Okay. Next we have the okay HTML image. Okay. So images or image are very important to beautify, so as well as to depict many complex concept in a simple way on your web page. So this will take you through a simple step to use image in your web page. Okay. So to insert image, okay, you can insert any image in your web page by using the image tag or img tag. Okay. So the following is a simple syntax to use these tags. Okay. So image img source equals the URL or the path of our image and its attributes. Okay, so let's try. Open ko lang yung aking ano, okay, simulator. Let's try this code. So this is an example how to insert image in our web page. So you can use PNG, JPEG, or GIF image file based on your comfort. But make sure you specify correct image file name in the source attribute. Okay. So image names always case sensitive. Okay. Next, this one. Okay. The alt attribute is mandatory attributes which specify an alternate text for an image. So if the image cannot be displayed, so the alt attribute provides alternative information for an image. Okay. If a user for some reason cannot view it, okay, because of a slow connection or an error in the source attribute, so this will be a useful wait. So still loading. Okay, so image source equals to HTML image test.png. So this is the path of our image. Okay, so the file name and the file extension of the image. Okay, the alt attribute and the message. Okay, test image. Okay, let's wait. Still loading. Okay, so let's try. Let's delete this. Okay. So let's preview. Okay. Okay, so okay, the interpreter. Okay. So as you can see, test image. Okay. So this information. Okay, the attribute provides alternative information for image. So sabi nga, if some reason, okay, na hindi ma-display yung ating image, okay, so magdi-display siya na text image. Okay. So this time, so hindi na display. So an alternate message is displayed in our web page. Okay. So next we have how to set image width and height. Okay. So we're going to use the width. Okay. The width and the height attributes. Okay. So let's try. So, okay. So, hindi siya capable na display. So, this is the sample output or the output of this code or this stats. Okay, so medyo may problem with our simulator. Maybe kasi slow yung internet connection natin today. So kaya hindi niya ma-display. So you can set image width and height, okay, based on your requirements using the width and the height attributes, okay? So you can specify width and height of the image in terms of either pixel or percentage of its actual size. So the width attribute specify the width of the image in pixel. So if height and width are set, the space required for the image is reserved when the page is loaded. Okay. However, without this attribute, the browser does not know the size of the image and cannot reserve the appropriate space to it. Okay, so this is our sample output. So we have the height, so 150, and the width and the height is 100. Okay, so this is how we set the height and width in our web page or in our image in our web page. Okay. Next, we have set image border. Okay, so using border attributes. Okay, so by default, image will have a border around it. Okay, so you can specify border thickness in terms of pixel using the border attribute. Okay, a thickness of 0 means no border around the picture. Okay, so the border attribute of the image elements adds a border around an image when an image is used as a link. So the browser will automatically display a border on an image. So if you want to read the image, the border specify 0 for the value of the border attribute. Okay, so this is a sample of our border image. Okay, next, how to set image alignment. Okay, using align attribute. Okay. So, by default, again, image will align at the left side of the page. Okay. But you can use align attribute to set it in the center or right. Okay. So, the image align attribute is used to set alignment of the image. Okay. It is an inline element. Okay. So, we can use a line right. Okay, so it sets the alignment of image to the right. We can also use left. So it sets the alignment of image to the left. We can use middle. Okay, so it sets the alignment of image to the middle. We have also the top and the bottom. Okay, so we can use this alignment. So next we have the HTML table. Okay, so this is how um, we insert tables in our web page in our web page. Okay. So HTML tables allows web authors to arrange data like text, image, links, and other tables into rows and columns of cell. Okay, so HTML table elements represent tabular data. So information presented in two-dimensional table comprised of row and columns of cells. Okay, so the HTML tables created okay, nasa na yun? Okay, ito. So, table tag. Okay, using table tag in which the TR, okay, this one, so TR is used to create table rows and TD is used to create data cells. So the elements under TD are regular and the left aligned by default. Okay. So here, the border attribute tag is used to put borders across all the cell. If you do not need a border, then you can use border 0. Okay, let's write these tags in our simulator. Okay. preview. Yan. So the preview of our table. Okay, we can change the border of our table. Okay, 0. So we use table border equals 0. So the borders removed. Okay, we can use 5. Let's try the 5. Okay, so this is how we use how to insert table in our web page. Okay. Next, table heading. Okay. So name and salary. Okay, so table heading, okay, can be defined using th tag. Okay. So this one, using th tag. So this tag will be put to replace td tag, which is used to represent an actual data cell. So normally you will put your top row as a table heading as shown below, shown in our example. Okay. Otherwise, you can use th element in any row heading, which are defined as th tag. Th tag are centered and the body and bold by default. Sorry. Okay. So sample, let's try. Let's try this once. Okay, so as you can see, okay, our table heading, salary, and name and salary. Okay, so the table header, okay, is the row at the top of the table. Sabi nga, it's used to label each column. For example, in our table, there are two columns, okay, with name with a name and salary header. Okay. So next we have, okay, cell padding and cell spacing. Okay. So cell padding and cell spacing attributes. Okay. So these two attributes called cell padding and cell spacing, which you will use to adjust the white space on your table cells. Okay. The cell spacing attributes define space between table cells. Okay. While the cell padding represents the distance between cells and borders and the content within the cell. Okay. So to set the cell padding in HTML, use the style attribute. Okay. We can use the style attribute. Okay. So an inline style for elements. So the attribute used in HTML tag is table. Okay. So these are the output of these tags. Okay. Next, we have the call span and the raw span attribute. Okay. So let's try. Let's preview. Okay. So these are the call span and the raw span attribute. Okay. So you will use call span attribute if you want to merge two or more column into a single column. So similar way, you will use row span if you want to merge two or more rows, like in our example. Okay, so we merge columns and we merge row. Okay, so the row span and the call spans are TD tag attributes. So these are used to specify the number of rows or columns and cells should be spanned. So yung row spans attributes for row as well. So These attributes have numeric value. For example, call span will span 3 columns. So let's try. Again, let's change. Okay. So let's change yung 3 2. Okay, this one is, so hindi natin siya ma-change kasi 2 lang siya. Okay, then preview. Okay, as you can see, only 2 rows are have merged. Okay. Next, so that's the function of the call span and the row spans attribute. Okay, it merged cells. So next we have the table background. Okay, so if you want to put a background in your table or color, so we can use the BG color. Okay, so you can set table background using okay, one of the following two ways. So the BG attributes. Okay, you can set background color for the whole table or just for one cell. So we also have the background attribute. So you can set background image for the whole table or just for one cell. Okay, so let's try. Okay, let's try. So this is the output. Okay, so change the color of that our table background color to yellow, and the border color is green. So let's try another color, red. Okay, so this is how you change the background color of your table. Okay, so using the BG color tags. Okay, next we have the so this one naman is will put a background image in our table. So let's try. So medyo mabagal yun net pag image kasi medyo hindi niya dinidisplay. Let's try. Okay, let's preview. Okay, so yung image is hindi niya din-display. Okay, maybe dito sa may error siya do sa path. Okay. Supposedly ito yung output niya. Okay. So it will put background image in our table. Okay. So using background. Okay, so background, then the image path. Okay. So image is the folder, test is the file name, and PNG is the file extension of our image. Okay. Next again, setting the table height. So table height and width. Okay. So table height and width. So you can set a table height and width using width and height attributes. Okay. So you can specify the table width or height in terms of pixel or in terms of percentage of available screen area. Okay. So this one we put table border equals to 1, width is equals to 400, and the height is equals to 150. Okay, let's try. Okay. So this is how we set width and height of our table. Okay. So as you can see, the height and the width change. Okay. Next, we have the table caption. Okay. So table caption, okay, tags, okay, the table caption tags, okay, will serve as a title or explanation for the table. So, and it will show up at the top of the table. So, let's try. Okay. So this one. This is the caption. Okay. So that's this one. So let's change it to table. Okay. Okay. So table. So this is the function of the caption tag. Okay, sabi nga, it serves as a title or explanation in our table. Okay. Next we have, okay, the HTML list. Okay, so HTML list, okay. So in HTML offers web authors three-way for specifying lists of information. So all lists must contain one or more list element. Okay, so this may contain the UL. Okay, UL is or an order list. Okay, so this will list items using plain bullets. Okay, we also the order list tag. Okay, so this will use the different scheme of numbers to list your item. Okay, so order list. Then we have the DL or definition list. So these arrange your items in the same way as they arrange in a dictionary. Okay, so this is how you use order list. Okay, so the UL. Okay, so the opening order list tag and the closing uh, order list tag. Okay, let's try. Let's preview. Okay, so we have the an order list. So using plain bullet. Okay, so we can change the so we can change the type of bullet. Okay, you like. Okay, using uh, type attribute. Okay, so for example, uh, UL type. Okay, equals. Okay, square. Sorry. Okay, let's try. Okay, now, okay, we're using a square bullet. Okay, so this is how you change the bullet style. Okay, if you want to specify any type, other type of bullet. Okay, next we have the order list. Okay, so order list, sabi nga kanina, so if you're required to put your items in numbered lists instead of bullet, then HTML order list will use this list created by OL tag, okay, or order list tag. So the numbering start at 1 and is incremented by 1 for each successive order list element tag with the LI or the list tag. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, so as you can see, it's using number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, instead of using bullets. So you can use type attribute again, okay, to specify the type of numbering you like. So by default, it will use number, okay, but we can change it. For example, okay, again, type. equals, for example, uppercase letter. Okay, let's wait. Net natin eh. Okay. So, going to use an uppercase letter. Okay, so now we're using A, B, C, D. Okay, so this is how to change the bullet. Sorry, okay. The number list in our, okay. So medyo mabagal talaga init, naghahang ako. Sorry guys. So next we have the definition list. Okay, so definition list makes us use of the following three tags. The BL, okay, so it defines the start of the list. The DT or a term, the DD or the term definition, and the closing tag VL define the ends of the list. Okay, so this is example of how to create a definition list in our web page. Okay, so let's try on our web page. Preview. Okay, so HTML and XHTML support of list style, which is called where entries are listed like dictionary or encyclopedia. Okay, so definition list is the ideal way to present a glossary. So, pwede rin siyang list of terms or other name. Okay, so in definition list, okay, so the definition text is typically indented. So, with respect to the terms. So, alternative format places the term left aligned in a wide margin and the definition of one or more lines to get right of them. Okay? So, this is how our definition list works. Next, we have the HTML links. Okay? So, the function of HTML links is to link documents. Okay? A link is specified using HTML tag. Okay? This tag is called anchor. Okay? So anchor tag and anything between the opening anchor tag and the closing anchor tag becomes part of the link. And a user can click that part to reach to a linked document. So this is an example on how to use an anchor. Okay, let's continue. So the HTML link or text links. Okay. So a link is specified using HTML tag. A, so this tag is called anchor tag, and anything between the opening anchor tag and the closing anchor tag becomes part of the link, and a user can click that part to reach to the linked document. So following is simple syntax to use a anchor tag. Okay, so A or the anchor tag, so href, so then the URL, the link, and the attributes. Okay, so let's try. So okay. Let's try this one. So now we created a link. Okay. So tutorial point. So this is how to create a link in our web page. Okay. So a web page, okay, can contain various links that take you directly to other page and even specific parts of the given page. So these links are known as hyperlink. Okay. So hyperlinks allows visitor to navigate between the websites. So by clicking on words or phrases or images. So thus you can create hyperlinks using text or images. Okay, let's try. Let's click this link. Okay. So this is how to create. Okay, let's wait. So dapat yan. So ni-redirect niya tayo or nilink na niya tayo into tutorials point link. Okay, so it's working naman. Next, okay. So the target attribute. Okay. So we have used target attribute in our previous examples. Okay? So this attribute is used to specify the location where link document is open. So the following are the possible options. So first we have the blank. So opens the link document in a new window tab. So we also have the cell. Opens the link document in the same frame. We also have the parent. So opens the link document in the parent frame. You also have the top. So the top is opens the link document in the full body of the windows. We also have the target frame. So open the link document in the name of the target frame. Okay, so these are the target attributes. Okay. So this is example to understand the basic difference in view option given for the target attribute. So okay, let's try. Oh, okay, let's preview. Okay. So this will produce this result where you can click on different links to understand the difference between the bars option given for the target attribute. Okay, let's try. It's a new. Okay, it's open into a new tab. Okay, so let's close. Next, open itself. Okay, so it opened itself. Okay, next. Opens in parent page. And last, we have, okay, so that's so open in body. Okay. So this is how the basic target attribute works. Okay. Oh no. Okay, close natin. Tagal pa naman ito mag-open. Okay. Next, use of base path. Okay. So when you click HTML document related to the same website, it's not required to keep the complete URL for every link. Okay, you can get rid of it due to use base tag in your HTML document header. So this tag is used to give a base path of all the links. So your browser will concentrate given related path to this base path and will make a complete URL. Okay. So So base tag specify the base URL, target for all relative URL in a document. Okay. So this example, okay, of using base tags. So next we have the HTML background. Okay. So HTML background, so by default, your web page background is white color. Okay, you may not like it, but no worries. HTML provides you the following two good ways to decorate your web page background. First, the HTML backgrounds with colors, and second, we have the HTML backgrounds with image. Okay, so HTML backgrounds with color. So the BG color attributes is used to control the background of an HTML element. So specifically page body and table background. So this is the sample tags on how to put color or background color on our web page. Okay, so this is the sample tags. Okay, so let's try. Let's change the background color. Okay, yan. Still loading eh. Kaya hindi natin matest. So, let's wait. Okay. So, gawin natin siya later. Oops. Nakahang. Okay, let's do that later. Okay, pag na-load na. So next we have the HTML background with image. Okay, so the background attribute can also be used to control the background of HTML element. So specifically the page body and a table of backgrounds. So you can specify an image to set a background of your HTML page or table. So tag name background, then the URL or the path of your image. Okay, so this is the sample. Okay, on how to put example table background image. Okay, the location of our image, the width attribute. Okay, we put 100% and the height attribute. Okay, so the most frequently used image format are the JPEG, GIF, and the PNG images. Okay, so hindi natin siya matry because loading yung ating simulator. Okay, so medyo mabagal yun eh. But you can try it in your in your computer. So pwede nyo siyang buksan yung simulator or in your notepad, pwede nyo siyang gawin. Okay. Next, we have the pattern and the transparent background. Okay. So the pattern and the transparent background. Okay. So you might have seen many pattern or transparent background on various website. Okay. Ito yung mga binisita yung website. Okay. So this simply can be achieved by using pattern image or transparent image in the background. Okay. It is suggested that while creating pattern or transparent GIF or PNG image, use the smallest dimension possible as small of 1 by 1 to avoid slow loading. So recommends to use a GIF or PNG format. Okay. So para ma-avoid yun ng kapag gumamit kasi tayo ng ibang format, okay, then slow yung internet connection natin, yung loading ng image, okay, mag-slow down siya, okay. So, that's why suggested na gumamit ng GIF or PNG format image. Okay, let's try na natin tong isa. Okay, kasi medyo okay na yun. Yan. Okay, so this is the background color. Okay. Okay, as you can see, okay, we change the background color. Okay, so we change it to yellow. Okay, let's try another color. Red. So we change the table color. Okay, using the BG color. Which okay, BG color tags. Then let's try. Okay, let's try this one. The background image. Let's try to change the background image of our table. Okay. Easy. Okay, so hindi siya ma-display. Okay, maybe because yung ano natin, slow internet connection. Kaya hindi na-display yung image. So, let's try naman this one. Pattern and transparent background. Okay. Ayan. So, this background is filled up with pattern image. Okay, so may problem maybe sa ano eh, slow connection or dun sa image source natin. So, kaya hindi na-display yung simulator. So, maybe doon sa dalawa, nandun yung problema. Okay, but this is the tags. Okay, to ano, to create or to insert image in our table background. Okay. Okay. So, guys, so these are just the few tags. So we use to decorate and design our page. So there's still a lot of tags we need to study. Okay, so I suggest, so you need to read, research, and practice so to understand their functions. So that's the end of our lesson today. So for your question, so okay, so you can send me a message here or in our LMS. So thank you.